Good day, everyone. We're coming on the air with breaking news. Officials in Madison, Wisconsin are speaking to reporters right now at a private Christian school in Madison, Wisconsin, the scene of an apparent school shooting. Let's listen.
From gunshot wounds. We train on this almost quarterly. The last time we trained on this as commanders was approximately 2 weeks ago. The protocols are simple. Stop the killing, stop the dying, find out who's doing this. And the officers did that, and they did that adamantly. We had officers from around the county and around the state that came in support of this particular incident. Officers located a juvenile who they believe was responsible for this deceased in the building. Additionally, the officers began administering life-saving efforts to anyone who was wounded and making sure that those persons were transported. What we know is that a total of about 7 persons were transported from this scene to area hospitals for treatment. We know that at least 3 people have lost their lives, including a juvenile person. I don't have any other information about those persons who have lost their lives, and I'm not going to release that until we have, of course, spoken with family members and ensuring that they are fully aware of this tragic scene that occurred today. I want to thank all of the law enforcement partners and community members that came out to help, our friends at the ATF. I've gotten calls from my friends at the FBI, the State Patrol, the Sheriff's Office, Monona Police Department, our fire department. It goes on and on and on. Because this is something that we all prepare for, but we hope we never have to do. As you can see, we have a unification center that was immediately set up where parents and guardians and loved ones and grandparents wanted to get information about their loved ones, and we wanted to make sure that they were unified immediately. So we were doing more than one thing at one time. We're still going through methodically clearing that school, clearing every vehicle, and making certain that there's no other threats to this community, which we believe there are none. We immediately alerted our mayor's office, and I've been on the phone with her and her office constantly. We also alerted Madison schools. We put the schools on lockdown, but there's no threats to the MMSD schools at this time. But we wanted to make sure that we did our due diligence in this particular case. Again, we're still going through collecting evidence, collecting information, making sure that our community is safe from what is a sad day for our community and for our country. And we have to do a little bit better. I don't have all the answers that you want right now, but I will tell you this. We have some of the best officers in the entire country. Our detectives are amazing. We're going to go and work hard and go through this scene so that we can piece together what exactly happened. Again, there'll be another briefing in about 2 hours, and if I have additional information, I will certainly let you know what that information is. Again, around 10:57 a.m., officers responded to an active shooter. They responded per our protocol. They found the person who they believe was responsible, who was down, deceased. We know that it's juvenile. We know that there are other persons who have lost their lives. We know that we've transported about after giving them life-saving measures. It's important to notice, too, that about 3 miles from here is our training center. Today, our special event team medics were in training. And so they got to practice in real time. They left the training center immediately and came down here and doing in real time what they were actually practicing for. And that's why training is so important, and making sure that we can provide the best possible training and the best possible response for our community members. I'm asking everyone to send your heartfelt wishes and prayers and thoughts yet again to a community, but this time it's my community. Dylan?
Yeah. Can we start over here with
Sure.
questions?
Chief, you mentioned you're a father. You're the police chief here in Madison. What emotions are you feeling right now after going through all that?
To be honest with you, I'm feeling a little dismayed now. I'm so close to Christmas. every child, every person in that building is a victim and will be a victim forever. And these types of trauma don't just go away. And we need to figure out and try to piece together what exactly happening. And right now, my heart is heavy for my community. My heart is heavy for Madison, and we have to come together as a community and figure out what happened here and make sure that it doesn't happen in any other place that should be a refuge for students in our community.
Right there.
What sort of gun-related policies, if any, were in place? Did the school have metal detectors?
I'm not aware that the school had metal detectors, nor should schools have metal detectors. It's a safe space. So I don't know. Again, it is a private Christian school. It is not under the authority of MMSDs, and that is something that we'll have to look into.
Chief, of the 7 victims, how many are students? How many are teachers?
We're not going to give. I'm not going to give any information about who the victims are, whether they're students, staff, or parents, because we need to make sure that we can notify people. I think that's the most important thing before we go any further.
But police didn't. They never fired their weapons.
That is correct.
Correct.
I don't know if it's a male or a female, but the police department did not fire their weapons. Thank you.
Scott, are there 3 fatalities you mentioned, including the suspected shooter?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
So 3 total.
That's correct.
Are the 7 that was transported, are the 3 fatalities within that 7 or addition to that?
Yes, within that 7. Yes, thank you.
Was the shooter a student at the school?
We believe the shooter was a student at the school. Yes.
What can you tell us about the status of the other transports?
We know that they range from minor injuries to life-threatening. I know that's a huge, spectrum, but that's what we know now. And so we need everyone, again, to send your thoughts and your prayers out to them. One thing I do know is that we have some of the best medical care in the country here in Madison. And so we hope that everyone will recover. But at this time, we don't know.
So we did just get
Sean Barnes is the chief of the Madison, Wisconsin Police Department, holding a news conference nearby the Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, where there has been a school shooting today. He informing reporters that 3 people have lost their lives, and including at least 1 juvenile. 7 people in total have been transported to hospitals. We don't have word on their conditions. Let me go right now to Tom Winter, who is following developments for us. Tom, what more can we glean now in terms of the order of what's happened here?
Yeah, so according to the chief and folks we've spoken to, Lester, approximately 11 a.m. Central Time this morning, officers are called to the school for a shots fired call. At that point, they enter the school. They encounter the shooter, who they say was a student, a juvenile student, and that shooter is in fact deceased. So that's the information that they have as far as the shooter. There appears to be no longer any threat to that school or that community.
Tom,
go ahead, Lester.
Let me just interrupt you for a second. As we pulled away, my understanding is the chief continued to answer questions and said there are a total of 5 dead individuals.
Okay, and that may include, in fact, Lester, the shooter. We'll try to get some clarity on that as well. Again, they entered the school. There was no need to fire shots. Apparently, the shooter was already deceased. Whether or not that shooter died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound or another manner, we're not entirely clear at this stage. And then that they also found at least 2 other individuals. And now, according to the update that you just had from the chief there, it's a total of 5 deceased. Whether or not those are teachers or staff or students, that's something that's a little bit up in the air. The information that we're getting preliminarily is that it could be a mix, but it's just too soon to say what we're actually dealing with as far as that goes, Lester. It's very difficult. It comes, of course, in 2012, on the 14th of December, we had the Newtown school shooting, which was one of this country's worst school shootings. It's a very difficult time of year. Having covered that school shooting extensively over the years, the impact on this community in Madison, that school, and the community at large will be very, very difficult, particularly given how close we are to Christmas and New Year's and holiday celebrations. So this is something that will certainly impact that community, certainly impact those students, the teachers, and the officers that responded. But I think the thing that the chief did point out is that the shooter is deceased, so this appears to no longer be an active incident. 5 dead total. That may or may not include the shooter. And again, still trying to determine students, teachers, if it's a little bit of both. We'll have to get some more reporting on that. What could have caused this, motivation, weapon used, all of those things not immediately clear at this stage, still very early in the investigation. Chief pointed out this is a private school. It's a Christian school, and so they do not have metal detectors. It's not part of the city's, kind of protection plan, if you will. And it's not clear at all that they would even be required to do so. So that's the information as we have it. Still early on, but obviously a tragedy for that community this close to the holidays.
All right, Tom Witter, thank you again. You can see the headline on your screen there, 5 killed, 5 injured now, according to Sean Barnes, the chief there. Again, 5 dead, 5 injured after the shooting at this Wisconsin school. Let's find out a little bit more about the Abundant Life Christian School. Emily Aketa is standing by with more information. Emily, what can you tell us?
Hey there, Lester. Well, the Abundant Life Christian School, about 2.5 hours from Chicago in Madison, Wisconsin. It serves, according to its website, about 200 families in the community, including grades kindergarten up through 12th grade. It is a 28-acre sprawling campus. You can see a heavy police response on the ground, multi-agency response on the ground. We learned from the police chief that they responded shortly before 11 a.m. local time with multiple agencies. And he said that police never fired their weapon. They found the suspected gunman, who is a student. We learned from police at the school they found that individual deceased. As we're trying to learn more information about the victim, still very limited detail. The police chief wouldn't comment on if it's teachers or other students, but we know just down the road from the school, because that area, as you can see, is heavily blocked off, and they're urging people to avoid the area with a number of road closures. Just down the roadway is a reunification center that they set up at a medical center, which suspended operations through the day. We've been watching through live streams, parents running to that area, hoping to get some kind of positive update on their student, on their child. Some speaking to our affiliate, Lester, talking about the terror, and you can imagine it as they're waiting, awaiting more details. But again, this happening at the Abundant Life Christian School, founded in 1978, serving about 200 families, Lester.
Emily Aketa, thanks. And as you were speaking, we're able to confirm now that 5 killed number includes the apparent shooter in this case. Information will continue to trickle in. We'll come back on the air as events warrant. But for now, that concludes this NBC News special report. Much more ahead on our streaming network, NBC News Now, online at NBCnews.com, and a full wrap-up when I see you for NBC Nightly News. I'm Lester Holt. Good day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.